Geico makes it easy to get affordable renter's insurance in as little as 90 seconds. And then you'll start to wonder why everything else isn't so fast. Like, why does it take so long to do the dishes? A meal that's gone in 3 requires 45 minutes worth of dishes. Doesn't make sense. But it does make sense to get renter's insurance through Geico. That way, that pile of dirty dishes and the other things you love are covered. Get more with Geico.
Actuaries use their math skills for good. They take on the world's greatest challenges, reducing risk and increasing opportunity. And that means the only thing higher than their pay is their job satisfaction.
Shine on like a diamond in the sky. Reach high, let your spirit fly. Together we'll rise, we won't be denied.
Welcome to Bilingual Health and Wealth Academy. We're diving deep into whimsy and wisdom today.
Oh, cool.
It's by Dr. Shu Chen Hou.
Okay.
You'll hear it pronounced Dr. Ho, though. She founded Kokashungsen Ltd.
Interesting.
It's all about finding humor and playfulness at work to manage stress. Not your typical self-help stuff.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I think our listeners are going to love it. So the book's Whimsy and Wisdom. What's that even mean?
Well, it's about finding real wisdom through humor.
Okay.
Like, not just coping, but actually learning and growing through laughter.
I see. One of the chapters that really caught my eye was comedic role-playing at work.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds kind of out there, but also super interesting.
It is. It's like you take a tense work meeting.
Right.
And instead of being all serious, you just do some lighthearted role-playing with your colleagues.
Okay, so like what, are we acting out scenes from The Office or something?
It could be. The idea is to like step into each other's shoes, exaggerate stuff, and just laugh.
I can see how that lightens the mood.
Yeah, it does.
But how does that help at work?
Well, first, laughing just releases tension. Like, suddenly the stakes aren't so high anymore.
I get that.
Then it becomes easier to, address conflict, brainstorm freely, even come up with new solutions.
And it's about creating a more open, collaborative environment.
Yeah, exactly. When we take ourselves less seriously, we open up to new possibilities.
I'm starting to see how this could be really valuable.
It is.
But not every workplace is open to this, right?
Yeah, that's true. Some might see it as unprofessional.
Right.
But think about how much time we waste on stress and burnout. What if playfulness actually made us more productive?
That's a good point. You're not saying to abandon serious work, though, are you?
Oh, definitely not. It's about integrating playfulness so that it actually enhances our work.
Okay, got it. So let's say a team wants to try this. Where do they even begin?
Well, they can start small, like maybe in a brainstorming session. Instead of just listing ideas, they could act out a scene where they're all potential customers.
Oh, that's fun.
It is, right?
So finding ways to make mundane tasks more fun and engaging.
Exactly. And you can use role-playing to practice tough conversations.
Oh, like a sales pitch or a performance review.
Yeah, you can get feedback and build confidence in a low-stakes setting.
Wow, that's really powerful.
It is. It's like taking something scary and turning it into an opportunity for growth.
I love that.
Yeah.
But how do you convince her boss or team that this isn't just goofing off?
Well, you have to emphasize that it's a strategic tool.
Okay.
It's about enhancing communication, boosting morale, and ultimately improving performance.
So focusing on the tangible benefits.
Yeah, and you can even share research on how laughter reduces stress and boosts creativity.
This could be a real game changer in the workplace.
It really could. It's about creating a more productive and fulfilling environment.
It's not just about fun then.
No, it's much more than that.
Okay.
And the best part is anyone can do it. You just have to be willing to try something new and embrace a little whimsy.
I love that. So for those listening who are intrigued, what's a good first step?
Talk to your team, share some of these ideas, and see if there's any interest in experimenting.
And even if you don't work in a traditional setting, you can apply these principles to your personal life.
Oh, absolutely. Playfulness can enrich any relationship.
Right.
It can help you face challenges with creativity and resilience.
This has been so eye-opening. I think our listeners are going to be really inspired.
Thank you. I hope it sparks some playful experimentation.
I think it will. Now, before we wrap out this part of our deep dive, I want to talk about the connection between play and emotional intelligence.
Oh, sure.
How does embracing playfulness actually help us develop our emotional intelligence?
Well, when we play, we kind of step out of our serious selves.
Yeah.
We allow ourselves to be silly, spontaneous.
Right.
And that creates a safe space to explore our emotions without judgment.
It's like giving ourselves permission to feel without getting overwhelmed.
Yeah, exactly. Play helps us develop emotional agility. We become more comfortable with our own emotions, and then we can understand and empathize with the emotions of others better.
That makes a lot of sense. So play is like a training ground for building stronger emotional connections.
It really is. And the best part is, it's something we all have within us.
I love that. And your book acknowledges that it's not always easy to be playful, especially as adults.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We live in a culture that values seriousness.
Right.
But embracing playfulness doesn't mean you're abandoning responsibility.
So it's about finding a balance.
Exactly. It's about integrating joy and lightheartedness into your life, you know?
It's a journey.
It is, definitely.
This has been such an insightful conversation.
Thank you.
You've given us a lot to think about and experiment with.
My pleasure. I hope it inspires people to tap into their playful potential.
Now, for those who want to dive deeper, you can find resources and purchase Dr. Hou's book at kokoshongsan.net.
Yes.
It's packed with practical tips and inspiring stories to help you embrace a more playful and resilient life.
And remember, the most important thing is to have fun.
Great advice. Now, before we move on to the next part of our deep dive, I want to touch on something else.
Oh, sure.
When we talk about playfulness, especially at work, people wonder if it's a distraction.
Yeah.
Won't it interfere with productivity?
I get that a lot, but I actually think the opposite is true.
Really?
When we're playful, we tap into this wellspring of creativity and energy that can actually boost productivity.
So playfulness is like fuel.
Exactly. We come up with integrative solutions, we think outside the box, we're more optimistic and resilient.
And there's research to back that up, right?
There is. Playfulness helps us break free from rigid thinking.
Wow, I'm seeing this in a whole new light now.
It's not about sacrificing productivity, it's about integrating playfulness so they work together.
A more positive and productive environment.
Exactly. And remember, playfulness isn't a luxury. It's essential for a fulfilling and successful life.
Dr. Hou, this has been so enlightening. I feel like we've barely scratched the surface.
I know, right? There's so much more to explore.
But hopefully this has given our listeners a taste of the transformative power of whimsy.
That's what I hope.
And for those who want to learn more again, you can visit kokoshongsan.net.
Yes, please do.
Her book is full of practical tips and inspiring stories to help you embrace a more playful and resilient life.
And don't forget to have fun.
Great advice. We'll continue exploring the fascinating insights from Whimsy and Wisdom in part 2 of our deep dive. Stay tuned.
It's funny, we always talk about resilience like it's this tough thing.
Yeah.
But what if playfulness actually helps us become more resilient?
I never thought of it that way.
Right. Like when we play, we experiment, we take risks.
We make mistakes.
Exactly. And we do it in a safe, fun environment.
So it's like practice for real-life challenges.
Yeah, exactly. We're building up these skills without even realizing it.
Okay, I see what you mean. But if someone's already stressed out,
right,
telling them to play might seem a bit much.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't have to be a big thing.
Okay.
Just 5 minutes to listen to a song or boodle. Even calling a friend who makes you laugh.
So finding little ways to add joy to your day.
Yeah, those little moments can make a big difference.
You talk about creating a community of laughter in the book.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Well, think about when you've shared a genuine laugh with someone.
Oh, it's the best.
Right? You feel connected, like you get each other.
Yeah.
Laughter breaks down barriers, creates connection. And when you're surrounded by people who make you laugh, it makes tough times easier and good times even better.
It's like a support system for your happiness.
Exactly. Even just one or two people who get your humor.
Yeah.
You can be silly with them.
So embracing playfulness and surrounding yourself with laughter. It goes against everything we're told about dealing with stress.
It does, doesn't it? We're always told to buckle down, power through,
right.
But when we're constantly stressed, we're not at our best. Our creativity suffers, relationships suffer, and our well-being takes a hit.
It's not sustainable.
No, it's not. Playfulness allows us to recharge, reconnect.
Approach things with a fresh perspective.
Exactly. It's about finding balance, a more joyful mindset.
And it's a journey.
It is. Some days will be easier than others.
Be patient with yourself.
Yeah. Experiment and celebrate those small wins along the way.
Okay, so we've talked about comedic role-playing at work.
Right.
But how do we apply these ideas to our personal lives?
In so many ways. Like, imagine feeling overwhelmed with your to-do list.
Oof, yeah.
Instead of stressing, make it a game.
Okay.
Set a timer, see how much you can get done.
Okay.
Or find the silliest way to do each task.
Fun.
Right? And you can apply it to relationships, too.
Oh, interesting.
Having a fight with your partner, take a break, do something playful together.
Play a game or something.
Exactly. Laughter can ease tension.
So remembering that life doesn't have to be so serious.
Yeah. It's okay to have fun, be playful.
And the more we practice, the easier it becomes.
It really does, like building a muscle.
Now, for some people, being playful might feel intimidating.
I understand that.
Like they've been told to be serious their whole lives. Now they're afraid to let go.
But it's not about being irresponsible. It's about balance, incorporating joy without compromising your values.
So being responsible And playful.
Exactly. Those qualities aren't opposites. They actually work together.
Okay.
When we're joyful, we're more productive, creative.
So it's a win-win.
It really is.
Dr. Hou, this has been so eye-opening.
Thank you.
You've given us a lot to think about and experiment with.
I hope it inspires people to tap into their playful side.
Now, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive into whimsy and wisdom,
Yeah.
how do we actually make this happen?
That's the big question, right?
How do we go from talking about playfulness to actually living it?
It starts with awareness.
Okay.
Notice those moments in your day when you feel joy.
Like when you catch yourself smiling or laughing.
Exactly. That's your playful self trying to come out. Once you notice them, you can cultivate them.
How do we do that?
Schedule time for activities you enjoy.
Like reading, walking, dancing.
Yeah, anything that brings you joy.
So intentionally making time for play.
Exactly. Even 5 minutes a day can make a difference.
But what about those who say they're too busy for play?
I get it. We're all busy, but we can't afford not to play. When we neglect our playful side, we burn out, we get stressed.
So it's not a luxury, it's essential.
Exactly. Play with your pet, listen to music, have a silly chat with a friend.
Those little things add up.
They really do.
You know, I'm realizing that playfulness is already in our lives.
It is.
Trying a new recipe, experimenting with art, even just joking around with colleagues.
Playfulness is all about us if we look for it.
It's a mindset.
Exactly. Encouraging life with curiosity, openness.
Embracing the unexpected.
That's it.
Dr. Hou, this has been so inspiring.
Thank you.
You've encouraged us to tap into our playful potential.
My pleasure. Remember, the most important thing is to have fun.
Now, for our listeners who want to learn more, you can find resources and purchase Dr. Hou's book at kokoshomsan.net.
It's full of great stuff.
Practical tips, inspiring stories, everything you need to embrace a more joyful and resilient life.
It really does.
We'll continue exploring the fascinating insights from Whimsy and Wisdom in part 3 of our deep dive. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Bilingual Health and Wealth Academy. We're wrapping up our deep dive into Dr. Hou's book, Whimsy and Wisdom.
Yeah.
Before the break, we were talking about how playfulness can actually boost productivity.
Right. It's not a distraction.
Now, Dr. Hou, there's a chapter in your book about turning conflict into comedy. That sounds kind of tricky, especially at work. How do we use humor in tense situations without being disrespectful?
That's a great question. It's definitely not about making light of serious issues.
Right.
Or dismissing anyone's feelings.
Of course.
It's more about recognizing that even in conflict, there can be moments of absurdity.
Okay.
And sometimes, if you can find a way to laugh together.
Appropriately, of course.
Yes, appropriately. It can actually ease the tension and open up a path for a more productive conversation.
So it's not about ignoring the conflict, but changing the energy around it.
Exactly. When you can step back and find the humor, it helps you detach from the emotional intensity. You can see things more objectively.
I see. Can you give an example of how this might work?
Sure. Imagine two colleagues arguing over a deadline.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Instead of going back and forth, they could try role-playing. Exaggerate their perspective, but in a funny way.
Okay.
One becomes the super optimistic scheduler. The other is the stressed-out realist.
I get it.
By playing out these extremes with humor, they might uncover the real issue.
And find a solution.
Exactly. Humor can remind us that we're all human on the same team.
It's like using humor to build a bridge instead of a wall.
That's a great way to put it.
Now, role-playing isn't always appropriate, especially with sensitive topics.
Right.
Any other strategies for bringing whimsy into conflict resolution?
Well, whimsical journaling can be helpful.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
Instead of dwelling on negativity, write about the conflict from a funny angle. Like, turn it into a story or imagine it as a sitcom scene.
That's a fun idea.
It helps you release tension and reframe the conflict.
See it in a new light.
Exactly. Conflict is a part of life.
That's for sure.
Sometimes the best way through it is with a little humor.
Dr. Hou, this has been such an insightful conversation.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure being here.
As we wrap up our deep dive, what's one small step our listeners can take today to incorporate more whimsy and wisdom?
Well, I would say just start noticing the humor in your everyday life.
Okay.
Pay attention to the funny things people say, the unexpected situations.
The little quirks of life.
Exactly. And share those moments. Tell a joke, send the funny meme, start a playful conversation.
It's about being present, finding those little sparks of joy.
Yes. That's a great way to put it.
Dr. Hou, thank you so much for joining us on the deep dive.
Thank you for having me.
Your book, Whimsy and Wisdom, is a true gift.
Oh, thank you.
I know our listeners will benefit greatly from its insights.
I hope so.
And to our listeners, be sure to visit kuposhomsan.net to learn more about Dr. Hou's work and purchase her book.
It's full of practical tips and inspiring stories.
It'll help you embrace a more joyful and resilient life. Until next time, keep laughing, keep learning, and keep diving deep.
Chase dreams, put your doubts to the test. Raise your voice, let your spirit be free. No fear, no limits, just believe. Every stumble, every fall, just a chance to rise. In the darkest night, stars still light up the skies. You're a fighter, you're a force, don't you ever give up. Take a stand, make a mark, show the world your true love. Shine on like a diamond in the sky. Reach high and let your spirit fly. Together we'll rise, we won't be denied. Shine on, you were born to light up the night. In the depths of the night, when shadows try to dim your glow, remember you're a beacon, a guiding light. The stars echo, hold on to hope. Let it fuel your burning desire. For in every challenge lies the spark of a brighter fire. So when the journey gets tough and the road seems long, just close your eyes, hear the chorus and carry on strong. With each step, with each breath, let your brilliance ignite. For you, my friend, were meant to shine on through the night. Rise up, feel the fire in your chest. Chase dreams, put your doubts to the test. Raise your voice, let your spirit be free. No fear, no limits, just believe. Every stumble, every fall, just a chance to rise. In the darkest night, stars still light up the skies. You're a fighter, you're a force. Don't you ever give up, take a stand. Make a mark, show the world your true love. Shine on like a diamond in the sky. Reach high, let your spirit fly. Together we'll rise, we won't be denied. Shine on, you were born to light up the night. Rise up, feel the fire in your chest. Chase dreams, put your doubts to the test. Raise your voice, let your spirit be free. No fear, no limits, just believe. Every stumble, every fall, just a chance to rise. In the darkest night, stars still light up the skies. You're a fighter, you're a force. Don't you ever give up, take a stand. Make a mark, show the world your true love. Shine on like a diamond in the sky. Reach high, let your spirit fly. Together we'll rise, we won't be denied. You were born to light up the night. Rise up, feel the fire in your chest. Chase dreams, put your doubts to the test. Raise your voice, let your spirit be free. No fear, no limits, just believe. Every stumble, every fall, just a chance to rise. In the darkest night, stars still light up the skies. You're a fighter, you're a force. Don't you ever give up, take a stand. Make a mark, show the world your true love. Shine on like a diamond in the sky. Reach high, let your spirit fly. Together we'll rise, we won't be denied. You were born to light up the night. Shine on, you were born to light up the night. Shine leave your night shine on you. You were born to light up the night. In the depths of the night, when shadows try to dim your door, remember you're a beacon, a guiding light, as stars echo. Hold on to hope, let it fuel your burning desire. For in every challenge lies the spark of a brighter fire. So when the journey gets tough and the road seems long, just close your eyes, hear the chorus and carry on strong. With each step, with each breath, let your brilliance ignite. For you, my friend, were meant to shine on through the night.